And welcome to another brand new episode of Live Forex Trading with your host, Peeling Mindset. Welcome. I welcome you guys to the stream. So today is another beautiful brand new day here, Wednesday, and we are seeing some sort of volume in our pairs. So it's a beautiful day, Wednesday, beautiful day, and looks like price action is happening, right? So what I'm doing is here I'm checking the system side by side, so that the YouTube guys can enjoy the stream as well. So let me just fix this up, and we should be breaking the chart in the next few minutes. We will break down the charts and see what's happening, right? So this is the channel I actually drew in pound yen from yesterday. This channel right here, and it's kind of playing out near the channel at this point in time. So that was a big channel drawn in reference to the 2 hour and also the 4 hour, and it's kind of playing out near the channel at this point in time. It's actually interesting the way it's reacting near that gray area. The gray area is also a lower time frame, sort of a key level, which it's actually very close by. So if you look into the 2-hour time frame right now, 2-hour candle has a decent wick on the bottom, and seems as if the left hand side clear traffic could be achieved here in pound yen. Obviously, I want to see some sort of reaction around this channel so that the price could push down, or either break the channel, close above, break above the gray area, eventually intersecting pretty well, and that way I can get some buys here, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the my screens here, and I'll be ready. Let's go into the daily time frame and see what's happening in daily sort of perspective, right? So the previous daily candle in pound yen obviously closed bearish with a proper wick and the proper wick on the top and the bottom. Obviously a really nice bearish candle there engulfing the previous daily candle, obviously, and the current daily candle is bullish, pretty bullish, is respecting the previous daily candle's low at this point in time. So we have to be careful for buying sort of a situation, because maybe buying near a daily resistance could be a difficult situation. That could be a difficult situation, right? Especially when the weekly candle has a potential to flip bearish, right? Especially when the weekly candle has a potential to flip bearish. So now when we go into the daily time frame one more time, obviously weekly candle has 2 more days left for its close. The daily candle can reject this resistance or this rejection point anytime and start flipping bearish, right? That's one of the things from daily candles. But when going into the 4-hour time frame, the most recent price action, look at this. So the previous 4-hour candle closed bullish. 4-hour candle seems as if it's ranging side by side, but the current 4-hour candle has a decent wick on the bottom and is actually moving up, trying to fill the wick on the left hand side as well. So the current 4-hour candle has 2 hours and 25 minutes left for its close. So I have to see what's going to happen in the next 25 minutes, because that is going to be the close of the 2-hour out of the 4-hour candle. So that's actually vital, right? For now, the 2-hour candle is showing some promising bullish postures here. Looks like the wick on the left-hand side could be filled, and it's actually interesting. Quite interesting, to be honest. I actually managed to take a trade around the London session today, a buy, and I secured about 13 pips. So that was pretty good. I was just playing around my computer, just doing my projects side by side. Was making some contents, and at the same time, price action made sense. Around the volume time, I took a buy, and it kind of made sense. Secured 13 pips, and I called it a day at that point in time. But now, right now, New York session, we are seeing some volume. Obviously, it's Wednesday. Usually around Wednesdays, Thursdays, we do see a consistent volume. So I have to see if this channel sort of analogy is also going to work. So kind of waiting to see if this gray area. So this gray area is especially from, for example, if I go into the, if I go into the 4-hour. Let's see, where was the level from? This area is something that has been playing out for several times, right? So, for example, if I make the candles naked one more time, what we can see is, let me bring my annotation tool. So look at this. Look at the way price has been acting around this area, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 5, 6, 7. So candle has interacted with that level several times. So what are the chances candle's going to react around the same area one more time? Well, there is a chance. There is a chance. So maybe price is acting around the gray area at this point in time. So I have to see how the candles are finally going to close above or are actually going to reject these sort of area. And that way we can obviously have a clear trade, and that'll be lovely. That will be lovely. But obviously for now, 4-hour candle looking very promising to push up. But kind of have to wait, because can only take a quality trade, right? At the same time, cannot take a trade because it looks just looks promising. There has to be volume side by side. Obviously, this is a New York session, pre-New York session, and we see a lot of volume around these times. I have to wait and see if the volume is going to push the pair in any sort of direction, right? So I have to wait and see if the candles are going to close above this gray area. So if I actually have to, point out a in about figure around this gray area, 153.085 is going to be the area that I want to see, above which price should be closing or should be closing above or below. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's go into the 30-minute time frame. Obviously, 30-minute time frame. On a 30-minute time frame, we have a resistance around this level. So resistance around, I would say, so this is a rejection point, another rejection point to be careful about. If anybody is in buys from London session, I mean, you guys must be good. You guys just need to manage your trade accordingly. And if the volume is going to push the price up, you are on the good side. Obviously on the good side, and looks like the current 30-minute candle is actually trying to break the high of the previous 30-minute candle. If this 30-minute candle actually breaks the previous 30-minute candle's high, and it just broke the high. So there is higher chances for the price to push up than anything else here. I'm obviously not in any sort of position right now because this is the close of the this is going to be the close of the hourly candle, right? So hourly candle can very well retrace down and kind of make a wick for the next candle to fill. So I'm gonna wait for this hourly candle to finally close either above 153.085 or below 153.085, and that way I can clearly have a clear image or a easier trade, because I only want to scale into a easier trade, right? That I understand and that I can scale into. Yep, pretty interesting. I mean, whoever took a buy on the break of the high, I mean, it's working for you guys. It's kind of working for you guys. Maybe stop loss would have been 8-9 pips below the entry, and it's moving. Right now, it's actually moving. Pretty good. Just have to be careful around this rejection point if the price is actually going to reject this. Otherwise, it's actually working, right? So otherwise, it's actually working. So for me, in relation to the channel sort of analogy, this green line is my channel at the same time, a roughly drawn channel, right? So if the price has to, for example, in relation to the channel, if price is actually moving up, it kind of has to close above, and the next candle has to either reject this channel or make a low and reject the lower prices before moving up. So if that's the case, that is nice. And for example, on a 30-minute time frame, the range from I would say, we are moving up here. Wow. Whoever took that buy on the break of the high, man, it's working for you guys. Beautiful. And GJ is just pushing up. Wow. This is interesting. On the break of the high, I mean, beautiful. Beautiful trade here. 10 pips right there was about one minute trade. Was that a 1 minute trade? 1 to 2 minute trade. If you took that trade, I mean, beautiful. I've already taken my share of 13 pips from the London market, so I'm still okay about it. I'm still okay about it. So my London trade was somewhere around here. That was somewhere around here, and obviously market paid that 13 pips. Right now, GJ is moving with some volume at this point in time. Let's see. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame and see what's happening on the 15-minute, right? So this is the first 15-minute candle. This candle that is bullishing up is the first 15-minute candle that has broken 153.085 level and 153.190 level. Now, if the price has to move up, I have to see candle close. That way, it's much more confident to actually scale into coming buys with volume side by side. So, kind of waiting. If I'm going to miss out on this trade, I'm okay. Because feeling FOMO is just another day of going back to the gulag sort of experience or beginning experience, which I don't want to do, right? I can enjoy the price action just sitting here and just spectate, and I can be okay without a trade side by side. I can be okay about it. But whoever took a buy on the break of the high, man, it's beautiful. It's working. It is working. And looks like the 4-hour candle is moving up pretty nice, and the wick on the downside is also pretty solid. It's not like a funny sort of a wick, right? It's the so the thing with the wicks are in a direction in a market trend. If there is a liquidity wick on the opposite direction, the movement of that candle is going to be even I would say impulsive, or is going to be heavy movement, right? So that's something we can backtest all the time. I mean, if the candle's moving in a direction and if there's a liquidity wick on the opposite direction and it's a long wick, the movement of that candle is going to be very strong. So this 4-hour candle has already moved so significantly. So I think this high over here, this high from yesterday, I think that can be tested here. That can be tested. So today's market is actually giving an opportunity. This high could be tested. I think I closed my London trade too early. Now when I look into it, it was an early close. If I had let the runner run, it would have been a beautiful trade. But obviously, you know, it is just it is just a past. So I can't really dwell around it. All right, so the hourly candle is going to close in the next 16 minutes. I think the way it's pushing up and the way 4-hour candle is looking right now, it can actually push all the way up. So 153.470 could be the target here. So from the current price, it's in about 24 pips away. 24 pips away. Beautiful. If anybody is taking a trade, anybody has a chart, just send the chart over here and we can have a look at the chart. We can have a look at your thought process, and if there's anything we can talk about the idea, I mean, we can talk about it. All right, so just send a chart. But for now, pound yen moving so well, actually moving so well. Pound yen is moving. Mr. Pound yen is moving. Especially 2-hour candle, 4-hour candle, really solid. Really solid. Yep. I think this level, 153, 470, 450, could be hit. Could be hit. Could be hit. And the hourly candle, ooh, wow. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Yeah, so the previous 15-minute candle closed with no wick on the top, but the next 15-minute candle, the final 15-minute candle, is actually spilling some pips. Ooh, man, wow! Whoever took that trade on the break of the high, you must be in about 13 pips in profit here. 13 pips in profit. So try and secure something at least out of the market. Obviously, the way it's moving, it looks like it can actually push even higher. But why not just secure something out of the market, right? So gotta secure something out of the market. And I think this level is going to be hit. Yep. That level is going to be hit. Beautiful. Actually beautiful, right? The way it's moving, it's so beautiful. The way 4-hour candle is moving, wow. Has a decent wick on the bottom and fill the wick on the left hand side and filling the target on the left hand side. So kind of beautiful, and there wasn't anything impulsive, any funny news around the London session today. So whatever is happening today is like the regular New York volume, right? And obviously we have this PPI news 30 minutes after the New York Bank opened today. That's something to look after. So obviously, oh, actually around 1 hour after the London Bank open, so there was a CPI news. Okay. And that was a positive news. Maybe this attracted the volume in the pound yen today. And it's moving quite consistent as well. So CPI, Consumer Price Index, positive number. Interesting. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I think GJ is going to break those levels today. Interesting. Wow. So here's the thing, right? So the real question we have to ask this current 30-minute candle is, if this 30-minute candle actually closes above 153, 190, there is a high chance the next candle could actually push through and fill the wick on the upside, and there could be potential bullish movement coming in. So you just have to wait and see if this 30-minute candle finally closes above this level, right? So let's see what's going to happen in the next 11 minutes. What is going to happen in the next 11 minutes? And we got the YouTube guys hopping in as well. The YouTube guys are jumping in. Jumping in. Jumping in. Jumping in. Let me get some water here. Let me get some water. Alrighty, and we are back. All right, so gotta wait for another 10 more minutes here. Another 10 more minutes, and if the hourly candle is gonna close above, that's a goody sign. That's a goody sign. Wow. Beautiful, man. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Nice. That is nice. All right. So Marsh Graphics on YouTube says, hello, what is your view on dollar yen and how will the upcoming news affect the pair? So that's something, obviously, I can't really tell exactly what's going to happen. If I was a magician and I could actually tell the future, man, obviously, I wouldn't be doing this stream, right? Common sense. But obviously, dollar yen, if you have a chart, Marsh Graphics, if you have a chart, just send a chart in the YouTube. If you don't know how to send a chart, what you gotta do is you gotta draw your analysis. You gotta point out your thought process. Just write down your ideas with the text tool here in the trading view. And if you could actually take a screenshot with the camera icon, if you can take a screenshot with the camera icon, you're gonna see the extension in the link, right? So the extension is from the X. If you send me everything after the X in the YouTube link, because you can only send the extension of the full link, I can definitely check your chart. But if you send me the full link, YouTube's not gonna allow sending the links, right? So that is the idea. If you send a chart, we can have a look and we can give you a feedback. But it's up to you. It's definitely up to you. Because right now we are looking into GBPJPY, and obviously we're going to look at gold as well at the same time. I mean, gold from yesterday's news. So yesterday's news, USD had a really good CPI, and the gold is actually pumping up. It kind of doesn't make sense, right? It should be dropping down. It should be dropping down. Technically, it should be dropping down. And yesterday's daily candle actually closed bullish, making some sort of support here, allowing today's daily candle to actually push through, and it's actually filling the wick on the left-hand side as well. So I actually wanted, personally, I wanted the gold's candle to kind of grab liquidity on the top and start pushing down, and I haven't seen that yet. So yeah, kind of waiting for buys. Clearly have to wait for candles to at least close above 1824.25. If candles are actually going to break 1824.25 in gold, maybe there could be an easy traffic on the left hand side to sell through. I mean, the range is pretty clear on the upside above that level. All right, so I have to see candles breaking that level. That's all. That's all. So maybe the PPI news today is actually going to move gold. So kind of waiting. Kind of waiting. Yep. Pound yen still hanging around there. So in relation to my channel, this channel, pound yen has only now recently broken that channel. So over the past time, what I've seen is, for example, in relation to the channel, once price breaks the channel for further continuation, the next candle either just starts pushing up with volume or does a retracement up close to the channel, because obviously this is not accurate channel, and there cannot be any accurate channel, right? So the price comes in about the area and kind of rejects this area to push up, which kind of makes sense in a normal price action when visualizing a higher time frame candle, because a higher time frame candle, what it does is usually it makes a low or it makes a liquidity wick before moving in its original direction. So kind of have to wait for that. That's what I'm waiting for. Because if you wait, you get paid. So it's a good idea to wait. That's what I'm doing. And sometimes you miss your trade when you're waiting because the market just moves. So you have to be okay about not feeling FOMO, right? That's the case. That is the case. Let's see what the pound USD is moving like here. Our pound USD is also pretty bullish. Pound USD pretty bullish, to be honest. So similar sort of situation, really similar sort of situation in pound USD, pound JPY, and pound AUD is also kind of bullish. Kind of bullish. So yep, I think we're gonna get that pound JPY move up today. Let's see. And this is going to be the second trade of the day for me. So obviously, so here's the thing, right? If I'm taking a second trade, that trade either has to be quality or I don't take the trade at all, because I'm profitable already, and I took a trade in the London. I'm good with the profit, so you know. But obviously, gotta wait and see if the quality setup kind of shows up. 3 more minutes. Gotta wait for 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. So the thing, here's the thing, right? So beginner traders, what they do is they don't wait for the candles to close, right? And what is vital about candle close is, for example, this candle right now is showing obviously bullish posture, right? Is showing bullish posture, but what if this candle retraces down just to let the next candle to push up? So that means you don't take a trade when a candle is open, especially when the candle is right about its close. So when you take a trade right about the candle's close, I mean, the candle can retrace any time and you will be liquidated by the market so easily. So do you want your opponent, do you want to let your opponent to kick you in your ass? I don't think so, right? You want to kick your opponent's ass. So how do you kick your opponent's ass? You let the opponent be exhausted, let the opponent do his punches, kicks, whatever, you know, and when he or she is tired, that's when you run out with your combination hand. You go bam, 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 right? So you have to take market movement as your opponent's movement. So you have to be clever. You have to know your opponent's movement, right? So gotta wait for another 1 minute. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. So sometimes what happens is for beginner traders, they get excited. They get excited saying, oh man, there's a support. It just broke a resistance and it's volume time. It's gonna move up. I know it's gonna move up. And they're gonna say, oh man, I'm gonna take a buy on the top. And this is what happens. This is what happens. So that's why you got to wait for the candle to close. Now, the hourly candle is going to close in the next 50 seconds. And the candle is quite retracing, trying to leave a wick on the top so that the next candle can actually fill that wick. So that means whoever took a trade on the top, they are in drawdown right now because the market is grabbing its liquidity one more time. So you have to know your opponent's movement. That's all I'm saying. So wait for the candles to close. That way you have a better opportunity to win. Okay, better opportunity to win. All right. So the 30-minute candle is going to close in the next 20 seconds. 20 seconds. And this is also going to be the hourly candle close. Obviously, on an hourly sort of a perspective, there is so clear traffic on the left-hand side. I mean, which is good, but we also kind of have to be aware about the lower time frame aspect or lower time frame structures. Oh, look at this. Look at the way the previous 30-minute candle closed here. Closed with a decent wick on the top, but closed right around the resistance. That is quite interesting, isn't it? So the 30-minute candle close, hourly candle close, but right around this 30-minute resistance. So here's the thing. For the candles to push up, this is something I've already talked about, right? I've already talked about on YouTube. Wanted Opus says, has July been tough for you? I mean, yeah, July has been a little funny. It's been funny in a way that the usual moves around the New York session hasn't been happening. It's only happening around the late New York time or around the London time. And in this July, I haven't been able to spectate London's market. So yeah, that's all. So look at the way it's moving, right? So this is the first few minutes of the hourly candle, and hourly candle hasn't made a decent wick on the bottom. Obviously, so for the candles to push up, if this candle is actually going to make a lower wick, a decent lower wick, and then it's going to start flipping bullish, that's going to be my entry above 153.190. So below 153.190, from 153.190 to 153.085, I'm not going to take a trade. I am not going to take a trade. So see what I was saying before? Beginner traders, they take a trade on the top and they get in drawdown because the market is grabbing its liquidity and they become a part of that wick. So try and not be that wick, all right? So for now, this candle is retracing. I need to see a proper wick on the downside. And if the candle starts breaking its own high at that point in time, I mean, that's a good chance for me to take a buy in the 17 to 18 pips of range. But until then, I'm gonna wait. I'm definitely gonna wait because the candle has actually closed around a resistance area as well. So I have to see volume side by side. We are obviously 58 minutes away from the New York market, so which is a good sign, but kind of have to wait for the proper lower wick here. Proper lower wick. So the bias is obviously buys. Bias hasn't changed yet. So the bias hasn't changed yet. There is a higher chance for the current hourly candle to push up than anything else. Higher chance. I am not in this trade yet. I am still waiting. I am still waiting. If the buy works out for you, man, I mean, it's good for you, you know, but yeah, I'm on a cool phase right now. Cool phase. So I can wait a little bit more. But until then, that's the idea. So that's why beginner traders out there, try and see why waiting for candles to close is an important deal, right? Da. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Let me write my bias here. I mean, obviously, a lot of traders, they might have the same bias of buy. So, but I'm still waiting, right? So the waiting is the key for my wins. So most of the times, how do I win? I win because I wait, because I try and understand my opponent. That's what I do. So the bias is bias. And the 15-minute candle is bullishing up at this point in time. 15-minute candle has 9 more minutes left for its close. Looks like 15-minute candle is trying to make that support around this area, which is a good sign. So have to wait for another 8 more minutes. Gotta wait for this 15-minute candle to close out of the hourly candle, at least, right? That's the idea. That is the idea. bum, 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 bum. Your 5 minute in pound yen is creating that structure, kind of making that support. But obviously it's a 5 minute support. Is it enough? 5 minute support on a pound AUD, pound GPY sort of a pair. Maybe I have to wait for this 15 minute candle to wait. For my ideal setup, I have to wait and see if the 15 minute candle is going to close above 153, 190. And still waiting. But there's a high chance for the price in pound JPY to push the candles up than anything else. Higher chance of pushing up.
Any thoughts on gold?
Hey,
How are you, man?
good. How are you?
I'm fine, man. Thank you. What is your thoughts on gold?
Gold. For gold, I'm waiting for the price to break at least. I'm waiting for the price to break at least 1817.50. So that way I can take buys above that area, or a much more clear range is above 1824.25, right? But on the overall picture, I'm waiting for the monthly candle to flip bearish. If the monthly candle could flip bearish, man, that's gonna be lovely. So that's what I'm waiting for. Monthly candle to flip bearish. If that's actually gonna happen. But obviously we are not even halfway through the monthly candle. So who am I to tell that gold is gonna go down, right? So gonna wait. Definitely gonna wait. Daily candle bullishing up pretty hard in gold, to be honest. Weekly candle bullishing up pretty hard. So kind of have to wait for the candles to break and close above 1817.50, 1824.25. So I've actually got my alerts around 1824.25, and I'll see around that area. But for now, it's moving really slow. Yeah. Bang, 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 and waiting, still waiting. So the pound yen 15-minute candle right now is rejected the top and has 3 more minutes left for the close. So that's why you gotta wait for the candle to close. Look at the way the price is moving right now, right? I know a lot of beginner traders. Because of their FOMO or whatever, they took a buy on the top here in pound yen, and they got liquidated by the market, right? So these are the moments where a lot of people, they feel FOMO. They don't know what's happening. They don't know how to respond to a candle close or a potential move that the market could play on them, right? So I mean, yeah, that's why you gotta wait for the candle to close. And I know some of the guys with their impatient sort of a nature, they took a buy when the candles were kind of moving above here with bullish posture before. But us, we waited. All right, so waiting is the key. That's why you gotta wait. You gotta wait. You wait, you get paid. Have to wait another 1 more minute. And it looks like 15-minute candle is showing some sort of bullish posture here. Is still staying above 153, 190 level. So which is a good sign for the next candle to push up. For the next, it's pushing up. So for the next candle to move up, kind of has to make a low before moving up. Obviously, if there's enough volume, price may even rush up. But I haven't taken a position yet, so still waiting. So the 15-minute candle out of the hourly candle actually closed bullish above this level, so showing a good sign. That is a good sign, but I'm still waiting, no rushing in any sort of trade. All right, I'm still waiting. Then you have magic. 30-minute candle is still bullish. 30-minute candle has 13 more minutes left for its close. So let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. Alright, so the 15-minute candle has made a decent wick on the bottom. It is kind of respecting the support at this point in time. It hasn't broken the support or hasn't broken the previous candle's low. So which shows us that, you know what? The chances for price to push the candles up are getting higher and higher. Right, so just need to see some sort of volume. When there's volume in the market, there's obviously trade. But when there's no volume, gotta wait. Definitely gotta wait. Alrighty, so the current 15-minute candle is retracing down one more time. So the 15-minute candles seems as if it's ranging side by side. So kind of waiting. So for the price to move up, it has to stop breaking its own high and kind of make some sort of support at least. So if the price is moving up, obviously it has to make a support, right? So the support like here, maybe a support like this, or a support like this, some sort of support, and obviously the price can move up, but I have to see a support first. Current 15-minute candle still retracing, almost hanging around the previous 15-minute support, and let's see what's gonna happen. And the 5 minutes are trying to break the low at this point in time. 5-minute candles starting to head below 153, 190. So if any of the 5-minute candle actually close below 153 or 153, 190, the chances for buys could get less and less. But obviously, if the volume is in favor of the bullish momentum, have to wait for a proper support. That's the idea. That's the basic idea. Have to wait for a support to form, right? Obviously, 5-minute candle is still hanging below that 153, 190 level. So kind of have to wait and see. Whoa. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. And the previous 5-minute candle actually closed below that area. Now it's breaking the lows. Now it's breaking the lows and trying to push down. Does that mean I'm going to take a sell here?Maybe no. Maybe no. I got to wait for a proper sell opportunity. If the sales are coming in, I have to wait for the candles to eventually close below 153.085. That's what I'm going to do. For sales, I got to wait for the candles to push below 153.085. And we are still hanging around here. And the candles are pushing down nice and slow. And that's why you got to wait for the candles to close. That's why. So some of the guys who took a buy on the top, man, I'm sorry for you guys, obviously. The market is just, it's merciless. Yeah, it's merciless. It doesn't care for your feelings. It doesn't care for your money. The market attacks you, man. The one time it gets a chance, it's going to attack you. So you better be careful, right? Still, the bias of buy hasn't changed yet. It hasn't changed yet. So I'm only going to look for sales below 153.085. So let's see. For sales, I have to wait below 153.085. So kind of waiting. 30-minute candle retracing down pretty hard. Bum, bum, bum. So the 30-minute candles closing in the next 5 minutes. Interesting. Closing in the next 5 minutes. All right, so at this point in time, we are almost halfway through the hourly candle, right? And the first half of the hourly candle has dipped in before moving up. If it's actually moving up, the wick formation right now is quite a decent wick formation. So the flip of this hourly candle to fill the wick on the upside could be a decent idea. So I'm still waiting. So the price, anything above 153, 190 does seem nice. So I'm still waiting for my buys. Obviously for sell, I have to see candles closing below this level right here. But otherwise, it has been a waiting game here. Waiting game, waiting game, waiting game. 3 more minutes. And we are 34 minutes away from the market open. And we are in about 1 hour away from the PPI. 1 hour away from the PPI. So PPI, they're expecting bad numbers. So CPI was CPI yesterday. They were expecting bad numbers as well, and the CPI turned out to be good. But obviously, we will see what's going to happen here. Producer price index, right? Yep. That's what it is. All right, so look at the 30-minute candle. It's retracing pretty hard here. So here's the thing, right? If this 30-minute candle actually engulfs the previous 30-minute candle, this could turn out to be a fake out on the upside. And if this is a fake out on the upside, we may see a push on the downside. So kind of waiting to see how the 30-minute finally closes. Otherwise, this could be a nearby channel reaction before the candles could push up. That was an idea we actually discussed right at the beginning of the stream. So if that's actually happening right now, I mean, my waiting skill has paid out because I didn't take a buy with a feeling of FOMO anywhere. So gotta wait. So the first half of the 1 hour, that is a 30-minute candle, has flipped bearish and seems like a proper liquidity grab on an hourly perspective still. So in the next 30 minutes, we have to see what's going to happen. In the next 30 minutes, gotta see what is happening. Ooh. So the previous 30-minute candle closed bearish, and the current 30-minute candle is still hanging around there. And have to see what's going to happen. If the candles are going to break the low, start heading down below 153, this level is going to be interesting because that way I can actually scale into sales here. Let's see. Ooh, starting to push down here. And the current 30-minute candle has actually broke 153.085 level one more time on the downside. So kind of interesting, but we are still near that channel. So for example, with my channel sort of analogy, this channel was broken once and the candle's actually very close to the channel, kind of reacting with it, kind of engaging with it one more time. So if the prices are to reject this channel on the flip of this candle, breaking its own high, there is still chances for a price to push up. So kind of waiting to see how this hourly candle is going to pan out here. How is this hourly candle going to pan out? Yep, if the hourly candle is going to start is actually going to start rejecting this this level, this gray area, and this 153.085 sort of area, it's going to be lovely, man. The price is going to push up. And if this candle finally flips bullish, wow. It's going to be a wow. And it's pushing up. Right now, it's actually pushing up. Wow. Rejecting that channel, rejecting that level. So if the candles are to push up, beautiful. Beauty. Alrighty, so looks like we're gonna push up here. Yep, I think it's gonna push up. Has reacted with the channel, has reacted with 153.085. There is higher chances for the price to push up. If the candle starts rejecting the bottom level, man, it's gonna be a lovely day here. Actual lovely day. So have to see candles flipping bullish here. Have to see candles flipping bullish. The bias hasn't changed yet. So all of this liquidity grab on the bottom side could actually help us move on the upside. Let's see. kind of rejecting that level, bottom level at this point in time, and starting to move up here. Starting to move up. Let's see. So first have to see this 5-minute candle closing bullish. That way, this can turn out to be a rejection area or a support that the price can actually respect. So let's see what's going to happen. 5-minute candle. So taking a buy around here is obviously going to be an early buy. But with the market visualization, with the candles visualization, it kind of makes sense for the price to push up. It's an early buy here, but it kind of makes sense if there's enough volume in the market. This liquidity grab makes sense. So let's see. Our previous 5-minute candle. So the 5-minute candle has finally closed bullish, and I think the prices in pound yen are going to push up here. More chances of pushing up than down here. Let's see. Quite interesting, isn't it? We broke this resistance, and this is a potential retest. So if this is a potential retest of the previously broken resistance, this could be a new support area. If the candle starts closing bullish around this area, that could be a potential support area. And if this is going to be a potential support area, where is the price going to go? Maybe on the upside. So I have to wait for the candles to close. As I said, obviously this could be an early buying time, expecting the candles to push up, but that is only a style where we are thinking the candle's gonna move, right? But we actually have to see candles moving. Thinking that the candles are gonna move, I mean, it's a good idea, but we have to wait for the candles to actually move in the direction, right? That's the most important idea. Waiting for the candles to move in the actual direction. Ba, ba, ba. Alrighty, so engaging with the channel a few more times, or I might say engaging with this 153.085 level a few more times again. If the candle starts closing below that area, man, we might start pushing down. But if the candles reject this area, we might push up. So kind of have to wait and see. Hourly candle is still open. Hourly candle has to either close below this area or start flipping bullish. So kind of waiting. Kind of waiting here. Haven't seen significant amount of volume yet. So around pre-New York, prices pushed up, which was nice, breaking these levels. But right now, prices retracing, which could be a sign for this current candle to actually flip bullish, or to allow the next candle to make a support and kind of push up. So for the next candle, maybe the 30-minute, this potential 30-minute could make a support, and the next candle could push up. That could be the case. The high could be tested. The daily high could be tested. If there's enough volume, the high could be tested. But for now, I mean, GJ is doing what what it wants to do. So it is doing what it wants to do, right? So kind of wait. On the YouTube, I haven't seen any chart from the YouTube guys. So if you guys have a chart, just send your chart, your ideas, and we can review your ideas. We can look at it. If there's any questions, we can talk about it. So whatever ideas you want to talk about, we can just go through it 100%. All right. GJ is still around that level. All right, so the previous 15-minute candle actually closed around this 153.085 level. Hasn't closed below, hasn't closed much above, right around that area. So that means this area is acting out at this point of time. So we have to see volume at this point of time. If there's no volume, obviously maybe the market is waiting for the PPI news, and after the PPI, maybe we're going to see some sort of consistent movement. But until then, the bias of buy is still there. If the candles are going to break, for example, if this 30-minute candle breaks its own low and starts closing below, at that point in time, the buying bias could actually slow down or could actually be invalid. Hourly candle has retraced so significantly. 13 more minutes left for this hourly candle to close. 13 more minutes. And the 30-minute candle is actually heading below 153.085 at this point in time. Have to see candles close below that way. On the break of the low around volume time, that could be a proper time to sell for me. Right, but for now, I can see that this roughly drawn channel is also working out. Candle's been tapping that level several times, so kind of engaging with the channel as well. So I am not taking sales yet. But obviously, if your selling idea works out somehow, I mean, it's good for you guys. But I am waiting. Better waiting. Have to see a candle close. That way I can take an easy trade. So I just want to take an easy trade, right? Yep, still hanging around there. Maybe there isn't much volume in pound yen right now because waiting for PPI news. Missed the PPI. Yep, 15-minute candle breaking that low. And we are moving down. Moving down nice and slow here. Wow. Hourly candle hasn't broken the previous hourly candle's low yet. So it's actually engulfing the previous It has actually engulfed the previous 30-minute candle, and almost seems as if this 30-minute push on the upside was invalid. So have to see what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. The market's going to open up in the next 10 minutes, so kind of interesting how the market's going to react with pound instrument here. Ooh, it's pushing down, pushing down. All right, on YouTube, Dipsy Bunny says, "How long you been trading, sir?" I think it's gonna be 4 years now. It's gonna be 4 years. In about 4 years, this October, yep. So that's interesting. Quite interesting. And I've been on and off for the first few years, on and off, and we started trading pretty serious. Me and a couple of my friends, we started like researching. We started looking into different traders and their styles. So that was pretty good journey until now. Pretty good, and leveling up every time. So we are leveling up. You know, we are doing this live stream every time, sharing our ideas now live as well. So going pretty well. Actually going pretty well. So right now, pound yen is still hanging around there. So it looks like previous 30-minute candles were engulfed here, and the bias of buy is only looking invalid every second here. Maybe the candles are retracing down because obviously there's no volume to push the price up, and we do need some sort of volume in the market, right? So yeah. We are pushing down. So I'm not in any sort of sell yet. So I have to wait for this 15-minute candle to close below 153.085. And that's also going to be the close of the 30-minute. And that's also going to be the close of the hourly candle. So if the hourly candle is pushing down below this area, I mean there are chances that, you know what, candles could push down slowly. So if the candles are pushing down, that is still lovely, because there is a clear range on the downside below these areas. So that could be an opportunity as well. Let's see. Our Dipsy Bunny has sent the chart. Let's just have a look at the chart. give me a second. All right, so my note is not working here. I don't know why. I don't know why my notes are not working. Missed the note. Let's see. And pound yen is pushing down nice and slow. All right, so looking at gold. So the buys idea about above the zone, that could be an idea that could be a valid idea. Just have to see some sort of volume. Obviously, it looks like this is 1 minute chart. So is this a 1 hour chart? Oh no, this is a 1 hour chart. So, yep, looking good. Your support's looking good. You know, support placing is pretty good. You're identifying resistance at the same time. So pretty good. To be honest, pretty good. This is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah. Good idea. Personally, me, I'm waiting for at least 1817.50. Have to see candles close above, and then I will see, right? Otherwise, there's a much more clear range above 1824.25. So simple as that. Pretty simple. And I've got my alerts, but my alerts haven't been hit yet. So yeah, kind of waiting. So here's the thing about the candles close and the relation with the channel at this point in time. If any of the candles actually start closing below this channel and below 153.085, the chances for sell are increasing more and more. Obviously, we have this support right here, so don't want to sell near a support. But below these sort of level, for example, let's say for selling sort of a scenario here, if this is a support area that is 152.915 sort of area, if that is a support area below 152.915, there is clear range, much more clear range. So I'm going to take, I will only start taking sales below that area. But until then, I'm waiting because we also have this PPI sort of news. So why not wait? Why not wait? And the pound yen price again retracing up, trying to engage with the channel several times. And if the candle starts closing above the channel, above this yellow line, so we still have our buying bias valid if that's the case. So kind of have to wait.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
All right, so 30-minute candle closing in the next 20 seconds. Looks like 30-minute candle is retracing up at this point in time. If the 30-minute candle closes above, still the buying chances or the candles to push up it could be a valid idea. That could be a valid idea. Let's see. The market is opening up in the next 3 seconds. And this is the market open at this point in time. Hourly candle closed bearish with the wick on the bottom. So closed above 153. Oh, 085. Man, oh man. The market is not clear at all. The movements are not clear at all, to be honest. 15-minute candle has made that support. So what I'm going to do is, at this point in time, if the market has to push the price in pound yen up, so let's see my stop loss here. So, on the break of the previous 15-minute candle was high. Maybe that could be my position right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually taking a buy. I'm actually taking a buy right here with a 10 pips stop loss. Let's see if it's going to work, right? Because this is supposed to be a high volume time right now. And if the previous 15-minute candle closed bullish with its support and the price, we're pushing up. We are pushing up. So a buy right here. Let's see. Let's see if this is the scenario here. Let's see. So here's the thing about risk management, right? Because obviously price is pushing up. The bias of buy, this is something we were waiting for forever. Now this is how I'm going to manage my risk, because I have to be on the go for risk management. Obviously previous 1 hour candle closing bearish also has signs for price to push down. So what I'm going to do is, if this hourly candle starts breaking its own low, that's going to be the position where I'm going to close at least 50%. So that break of the low is going to be in about 6 pips. In about 6 pips? Is it 6 pips? Yep. So if the candles are going to break, if the hourly candle is going to break its own low, that's going to be the position where I'm going to close at least 50% of my position, because I want to manage my position, right? The structure makes sense. It kind of makes sense to push up. So let's see. Candles retracing, rejecting the bottom price. Previous 15-minute candle closing bullish. It kind of makes sense. So let's see what's going to happen. Is it just going to be another risk management day for me, or is this going to be a profitable day today? Let's see. Ooh, gold is pushing up. Gold is pushing up. Man, oh man. Gold is pushing up. Gold, broke 1817 50 level at this point in time. So in the next 27 minutes, we have this PPI news. PPI news, and the gold is busting up. Wow. Quite interesting. Wow. Wow. Interesting. And pound yen is pushing up as well at the same time. Pound yen is pushing up. Let's see. Let's see, either a risk management day or a profitable day here. Let's see what's going to happen. But the way the previous 15-minute candle closed, obviously the wick on the downside showed us that, you know what, the rejection from the downside is real, and the price is actually reacting with this channel sort of area several times. And if the price has to push up, this kind of makes sense. So let's see. I just need 10 to 12 pips out of the market. 10 to 12 pips out of the market. For now, in about 3 pips in profit. 3 pips in profit. So let's see if pound yen is making sense. Mr. Pound Yen. Gold is, ooh man, it's pushing up. Wow. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? $18.24.25. 18.24.25. Yeah, the way pound yen is moving right now, it's actually retracing. At this point in time, it's retracing, right? So it has actually broken the low. So this is the point where I'm going to close at least 50% right here. Close 50% because this position was taken in the first few minutes of the hourly candle. Obviously, ooh, it's pushing down pretty hard. Pretty hard. So this is the point where I'm going to close 50% right here in pound yen. Oh man, it's retracing pretty hard. We are experiencing some volume. Looks like this was an early trade. Early trade. If the price has to push up, ooh, the way it's pushing down, oh no. The way it's pushing down, I mean, we haven't broken the low yet. Oh man, oh man. Man, oh man. Let's see what's gonna happen. Alright, this is the point where I'm gonna close the whole position right here. Because at this point in time, it doesn't make sense. Close the position, whole position. I closed the whole position in pound yen. It was moving in about 4 to 5 pips in profit, but obviously it's an impulsive trade, so I can't risk everything. You know, I can't put all of my risk appetite into it. And at the same time, gold is moving. So 18.17.50. I just missed gold here. Missed gold, but anyways. So pound yen trade that I took, structure wise, it was kind of making sense. And in relation to the channel and also the previously acting support level or rejection level 153.085 was kind of making sense. But at this point in time, the candles are just retracing so hard. And obviously this was the first few minutes of the hourly candle. I was expecting the wave 15-minute candle close. So if I look into the trade right now, so the wave 15-minute candle close right above 153.085, that was a clear support area, right? So I was actually expecting I was actually expecting the next candle to push up, respecting the low, but the way it's retracing after the rejection from the top, it's not looking nice. So I managed to close my position. Because didn't make sense at that point in time. If the original trade is actually going to move up, now what I know is that may have been an early trade only. So if that's an early trade, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes the ideas align, the structure align, but it doesn't it doesn't move in a direction. So that could be the case, an early trade. All right, so Jackie Yam on YouTube says, hey. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the PPI now, wait for the PPI news, and wait for pound yen to move in a consistent direction. And a consistent direction is going to be either below 152.915 or is actually going to be above 153.085 or at least above 153.190. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for a better setup. I mean, 6 pips. To be honest, 6 pips in any sort of trade, risk management is nothing. You know, especially when you know what's happening around. Sometimes you take a trade in anticipation that you know what, you will get positive sides, or you will get that pips or get paid by the market. But sometimes it's just that risk management that's going to help you win, right?
When is your next trade?
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
How's it going, mate?
It's going great. How's it going with you? I just opened,
What
I'm
were
late.
you were late? Were you late?
Yeah, I just opened my laptop.
Uh-huh.
It's all right. It is what it is.
Yep, that's correct. That is correct. Absolutely correct. So we were actually waiting for the buys. I mean, sometimes that's just what happens, And gold right now is pushing up. So the way gold is pushing, man, oh man, it's pushing before the PPI, and it's funny how they're actually expecting bad numbers, but the CPI news yesterday turned out to be good, right? They were expecting bad numbers as well yesterday. So
What's crazy?
let's see what's happening. Dun dun dun. June, July, yesterday. So the 13th. So on the 13th, they were actually expecting bad numbers out of the core CPI, and the numbers were good, right? So technically, PPI should be good as well. The producer price index should be good as well. But gold is, ooh, the way it's moving, man, oh man.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Really
Do you think
interesting.
it's gonna retest? We might catch the retest.
Not sure. I'm gonna wait for the PPI now. The way it's moving, let it move. I'm gonna let it move. Obviously, on 1 minute, this support may have been valid. Maybe some of the guys took this support, but man, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait now. I'm gonna wait for the PPI. July so far has been risk management and risk management time for me. Obviously, June was pretty good, so June is covering up my ass. Oh man, the way it's moving, beautiful. Oh. And pound yen moving down nice and slow one more time. So my idea so far has been invalid. but the good thing was my accountability for my trades has been pretty well. I've been managing risk pretty well, and the risk management has actually helped me keep that profitability, which is good. Which is good. All right, so Jackie M is saying hey on YouTube, and we are still waiting. Still waiting. I mean, pound yen it isn't moving consistent in any direction, to be honest. Isn't moving consistent. So kind of have to wait. Yep, gold is moving above 1824.25. Wow. It's just a wow move. Before PPI. Man, oh man. Wow. So the 4-hour alone, so the current 4-hour candle has moved about 110 pips. So the current 4-hour candle has moved about 110 pips in gold. 110 pips. Wow. Interesting.
Why do you think it's not like more than 100 pips?
Yeah, it's funny. Was there any early news or something? I don't know. It's obviously it's obviously Wednesday today, and on Wednesday, we have been seeing a lot of volume. Bank of England was expecting bumps as economy Yeah, I don't see any news here. So one news about a Bank of England, but I don't know how that could push that could push the gold's price up. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So the news is about Bank of England was expecting bumps as economy reopens. Official says as inflation surges. Ooh, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, all right. So this is what's happening. This is what is happening. So they're actually reviewing the news about how the Central Bank of England, they are saying there's going to be a surge in inflation. So maybe the investors are actually investing money back in gold. So gold as a safe haven is actually gaining all the volume. That's what's happening. That is what is happening right now. So this news was in about 20 minutes ago. So 20 minutes ago, and the gold is pumping up. Pretty easy, but obviously hard to find. You know, hard to find the news before it moves. So it's going to be a surprise move. Yeah.
We'll miss that, man.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh, Kevin's in the house. Kevin's saying hello, and Jackie M says my GJ bias is still bullish. I think GJ might head up with PPI data. That could be the case, but again, at the same time, I don't know, because of the news environment. I mean, the news is talking about bad UK economy, right? So what does that tell us? That tells us that in the past, usually around the times when there's news reviews or news talking about bad economy, the currency actually drops. So for now, pound yen seems more probable to drop than anything else. So we have to see how the market's gonna perceive the news, because we are 16 minutes in the market already. So kind of have to see. Roger Banks 315. I bought 1815. Ooh, did you? Wow. So Rudinok actually bought around 1815. Beautiful, man. It's beautiful. If you bought around 1815, ooh, oh, that's Raja. Oh, yep. Kind of makes sense. Ooh, he must be in good profit. He must be in good profits right now. Wow. 1815. It kind of makes sense. Looking at the 4 hour, especially looking at the 4 hour on the break of the high, it kind of makes sense. But obviously, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is sometimes. But this is a beautiful move on a Wednesday. This is pretty good. Pretty good. Wow. So whatever's happening in pound yen dropping down because of the news, and gold pumping up with the Central Bank of England's news review. I mean, it kind of makes sense right now. Usually the trade I took, the trade I took, it used to work. It actually used to work because the structure makes sense. You know, the market sentiment also aligns with the volume, usually this sort of trade. But it didn't work out. This trade that I took today was absolute risk management. So 6 pip in drawdown is actually nothing, which is good because I managed the risk. I lost less than what I applied. And gold is pumping up. Looks like pound yen could drop even lower. So yeah, interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the PPI, and after PPI I'm going to call it a day. Obviously, July so far has been ugly for me. July has been ugly. So I'm
So
yep.
would you execute a sell on bound yen after breakdown?
On pound yen for sell, let's see. Let's see what's the case here. On
Okay.
pound yen, I'm only going to sell, if the pound yen is dropping, I'm only going to sell below 152.915. But that has to happen around some sort of volume time. So if the pound yen starts breaking 152.915, I might take a sell below that level. But for me, man, I don't know, because this was the second trade of the day for me. Today I took a buy in pound yen around London session because I was in front of my computer, and everything kind of made sense. So I took a buy around here. Obviously, it secured about 13 pips, and I'm still in profits for the day. I'm still in profits. So this was the second trade of the day. So my risk management was pretty explosive on this one. And gold is just moving up. Mr. Gold is moving up. Yeah, looks like pound yen is pushing down here. Pound yen is pushing down. GBPJPY pushing. Actually, pound yen pushing down, and gold pushing up. I think the central bank's review is going to push it even lower here. That's what I think. That's what I think. Yeah. Wow. Wowie kawaii. Yep, pound yen pushing down here. More chances of pound yen pushing down than anything else. Interesting. All right, so the PPR is gonna happen in the next 7 minutes, and pound yen is pushing down. I think pound yen's gonna melt today. Pound yen is gonna melt today. Looks like it. The way it's moving right now, it's actually moving pretty bearish. So the bias of buy has changed at this point in time. The bias has changed. So the bias is no more buys. So if the candles starts breaking this yellow line below this area, I mean, wow. right? It's a worry. It's a wowie. And it's pushing down. Pushing down. Pound yen's actually going to melt down here. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. And we are back to it again. Back to it again.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, so I'm gonna wait here for the next 5 minutes, and I'm gonna see how the PPI is actually gonna move the market, and after that I'm gonna call it a day because I'm still in profits and I don't want to take another third trade today, right? It doesn't even make sense. Obviously, July so far has been kind of rangy for the New York session, but obviously it's just another trading month where your patience and your waiting rewards you. So don't feel FOMO and overtrade. Obviously, I know a lot of guys who again bought on the top here, who bought gold on the top. That's not a good idea, right? Buying on the top or selling on the bottom, it kind of doesn't make sense. So whoever took a buy on the break of this 1750 sort of level with a pending order, I mean, wow, you guys are sweet. But it is what it is right now. It is what it is. All right, so the PPI is happening in the next 10 seconds here. Let's see how the PPI is going to move the market in gold. Is the gold going to push up even higher? Let's see. Let's see.
Would you buy?
No. You don't buy around the news time. You don't buy. You gotta wait. All right, so and the news is at PPI. Ooh, gold is pushing up. Let's see what happened with the news here. Ooh, gold is pushing even higher. Wow. And looks like PPI numbers are good. Wow. It's actually good. So turns out CPI was good and PPI has also turned out to be good. But the gold has been pumping up, right? So is that pump from the Central Bank of England's sort of a review? Is that what's happening right now? I mean, PPI is good. Technically, gold should be dropping down. But it's still hanging around there. So obviously, guys, don't overtrade because if you think gold's gonna move in upwards or downwards, just don't overtrade. Don't trade just by thinking, right? You gotta see a clear structure, and obviously previous 15-minute candle closed bearish, so there is a clear range on the upside. To be honest, there is a clear range, but PPI news has turned out to be good, right? And gold should be dropping down then moving up. For now, the market is keeping the price around there. It's just hanging around there. So have to see. And pound yen's been pretty much bouncing up and down here in the middle of this range. So hourly candle in pound yen closing in the next 27 minutes. Again, at the same time, a similar idea as before. Obviously, my buying idea may have been too early before, but right now, looking at the hourly candle, if the hourly candle flips bullish, somehow closes above 153.085 level, the bias of buy could still be valid, looking at the rejection from the downside. But again, at the same time, a few minutes ago, we had this funny Central Bank of England's review about how economy is being bad, and they're saying inflation's in a surge. So that's not good for the economy. Inflation's not good for the economy. So right now, I don't know. It's kind of funny situation, to be honest. Kind of funny. And I'm gonna be here for the next 1 or 2 minutes, and I'm gonna call it a day, guys, because as I said, I don't want to take a third trade here, right? It doesn't even make sense. I've taken 2 trades already today, one around the London session, one around the New York. Looking at the 15-minute recent price action, and pound yen obviously didn't treat me right, but obviously it is what it is, because I managed to close my position in a small loss rather than a big loss. And right now, pound yen is moving up right now. Ooh, man, come on. So my entry was an early entry. That's what I can say. My entry was an early entry. If this hourly candle finally finishes bullish, I mean, the bias of buy for most of the guys here who were talking about bias of buys before, I mean, maybe it's going to work for you guys. But so far, July has not been an exciting month for for our regular volume. So I don't know. Hasn't been exciting. And gold is pushing up nice and slow. Beautiful. Yeah. Nice. All right, so guys, this is the point where I'm going to call it a day. I mean, if you guys are trading gold, if you guys are trading gold, wait for a consistent volume, because obviously this is just 5 minutes away from PPI, and I'm not sure if the market has even received received or actually perceived the news as anything. All right, so gotta wait and see. But until then, don't overtrain and don't hurt yourself pretty bad. So Rudinok says, thanks. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, Rudinok. I'll see you guys later. Until then, take it easy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day.
Thank you, you too. Yep.